Oh my goodness, it's so cold and so dark today, so I hope you can see me. Hi everyone, me again. Welcome back to xameliax. I hope you are well. Today we're going to be talking about a baby monitor that I've been trying out from VTech. It is this one right here. It's a very impressive piece of kit. So they sent this over for us to try out and let you know what we think of it. So we're going to delve straight in. If you're thinking about buying a baby monitor and you're not sure which one, if you're thinking about buying this one and you're looking for an honest review, that's what you're gonna get today. Now, those of you who followed me for many years will know it doesn't matter how a product turns up at my door, whether a post is sponsored or not, you're always gonna get an honest review, and I only ever talk about products that I've tried and actually like, so spoiler alert, it's really good. But yeah, just in case you're new, everything that you're gonna see in this video is my genuine and brutally honest opinion of how the product has performed for us when we've been testing it out. I'm really impressed with it actually. It's a really good piece of kit. There are so many features, so I'm gonna crack on because I feel like I've got a lot to tell you. I'm just gonna hold the box for now because the camera itself is actually upstairs in my son's room. We're just using it because it's really good. So I will show you later an up close footage of the camera and how I installed it and how it all works on the monitor, and insert the clips here. With the power of editing. There are loads of baby monitors on the market and it's really difficult to figure out which one is going to be right for you. VTech also do quite a few monitors as well. I couldn't believe how many different ones they have, but this one is pretty much like an all singing, all dancing one, and it looks like this. Obviously there's cheaper monitors on the market. There is also a lot more expensive monitors on the market as well. So I feel like the price point of this is really great for everything that you're getting. And I always like to think, obviously because VTech have sent this over to us, I always like to think, how would I feel if I had spent that amount of money myself for the product that we got? And I'd be really happy with it. So you've got the camera itself, obviously, but you've also got the 7-inch HD monitor, which is one of my favorite things about this. The reason why I like it is because you can use it plugged in. Obviously that's like, you know that it's not going to ever run out if it's plugged in, but it has up to 12 hours battery life, so you really can be super flexible with this, and it's so easy to just grab and carry around the house with you. I really like it, and it connects via, it can have a direct connection, so you can do like a direct connection if you want to, if you haven't got access to Wi-Fi, but we connect it via Wi-Fi, so you can literally take the monitor wherever you are in the house. If I need to come down here and do some washing, for example, I can just bring the monitor with me and I can see everything that's going on upstairs. It's also touchscreen, which I really like. It's a very simple interface, I suppose, to use, which is great because it means that it's very easy to understand. But yeah, you can just sort of tap away and find everything that you need in just a few buttons, really. It shows you the connection with the camera, it shows you the battery life, it will also show you the temperature of the room, which I find very useful. It also sets up an alert, so you can set it in the monitor itself to alert you if your nursery drops below a certain temperature that you set or goes above a certain temperature that you set, which I think is a fantastic feature. It also does movement, like monitoring movement. So if your little one is wriggling around a lot, you can set the sensitivity on the monitor to tell you when they're wriggling, and it sets off a little alert to make you look at the monitor, really. So that's also a very cool feature. I suppose that would also be very good if they get to the stage where they can potentially climb out of their crib. It will alert you if there's a lot of movement going on. So I really like that feature. I think that one could be very beneficial in the years to come. And you can also talk to your baby via the monitor as well. It's really simple. It's just like one button press, so you can press it and you can talk through to them. So if you needed to reassure them very quickly, you can do that via the monitor. That's also very good. It's really clear as well. Chris and I were testing it out like walkie-talkies, but it's very clear, and it goes through the camera itself in the baby's room. So I really like that feature, and then you can obviously change how loud or quiet that voice is going to come through on the camera as well. There's so many customizable features that you can really sort of set it up to be exactly what you want it to be, which I really like. Sometimes you get all these features thrown in with something, but then there isn't much scope for actually customizing it, so you kind of get what you're given. Whereas this, you can really fine tune it to make it work for you. So not only can you speak to baby through it, you can also zoom in so close with this thing. I couldn't believe it. Like, I knew that it got a good zoom, but I couldn't believe it until I actually started using it. just how far you can zoom in with this thing. So if you're like thinking, what are they doing there? You can like zoom right in via the monitor or via the app on your phone, which is another thing that I'll talk about in a bit. But yeah, you can zoom right in, but it also zooms right out. So it's got like a super wide angle as well. And another reason why I really like this is because it's so easy sort of set up and pick up and move. I will sometimes take this down with me, like for example in the morning I will take this down with me and I will pop it in the living room looking at his playpen while I make a cup of tea and I can just watch him playing with his toys on the monitor. It's literally just a plug and once it's set up, it's literally just a plug and play situation, so you can actually move everything all around the house, and I really like that because the wide angle allows me to see the whole room. So yeah, the zoom on this is pretty incredible, and the picture's pretty good as well. Like you're not gonna get super, I know it's HD, but you're not gonna get like super high definition, like seeing the freckles on their cheeks and stuff, but the definition of it is really good, especially in night mode, which I feel like is the majority of the time you're probably going to use this. And there also isn't, another thing actually I wanted to mention, there also isn't that much of a lag. So we've tried other baby monitors out as well, ones that go over Wi-Fi, and sometimes there can be a real lag between what you're seeing on the monitor and what baby is doing upstairs, because we can obviously hear him sometimes when he's crying, so I kind of like hear him and then I see it on the monitor, and sometimes like with another one that we've used, there was a real disparity, a real lag between that, whereas with this there really isn't that much of a lag at all. So I like that as well. That sort of like, it gives me good peace of mind because you know that you're seeing things live. Does that make sense? What else have we got? Oh, the light that is on it. So this is, I told you this is a clever piece of kit. So you can see on here, but I will show you up close when I can get my hands on it. It's got a little light built into the camera, and I say little light. This thing like brings a lot into the room when you're using it, and it can all be customized and controlled by the monitor and also via the app. So I'm not sure if you know, but red light is really beneficial for babies at night time because it's the opposite of blue light on the color spectrum. And blue light, like the light that's emitted from screens and your phones and stuff, it can keep you up. It suppresses the production of melatonin, whereas red light is the opposite, so it helps facilitate sleep. So when we have used red light at night for him ever since he was a little baby, but what I love about this camera is that it's actually built in to that, so you don't need to get any extra bulbs, you don't need to get any extra like night lights or anything. You can use your baby monitor. Amazing. But you can also customize it and have it whatever color you want. So you can just have it like as a normal light, which you can flip and change. So if you wanted to go in and maybe you need to do a nappy or something, nightmare, and you needed to actually see a little bit better, you can change it to just regular white light. And yeah, you can change it to a multitude of different colors depending on what you need. But the red light, or like a salmony kind of colour light for when you're reading a story, is so beneficial for them. Oh, also one of the things I really like about it is the fact that when you change the sounds or change the light, it does it really slowly, so it's not like super harsh. So if you change from like red light to white light, for example, it doesn't just click from one to the other, it slowly fades. And the same with the volume going up or down, it does it really slowly. So it's a silly little feature, it's a silly little thing to mention, but I really like it because sometimes you want to do everything you can not to wake this baby up, and sudden changes in their environment can do that. So the fact that everything is a really smooth transition when you're sort of fiddling around with the settings, really useful. Having that on the monitor is just blooming brilliant. I think it's a fantastic thing to include, but also, and another thing, not only have they got the light, but there's also inbuilt sounds on it too. So some of them are a little bit too harsh for me, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not a big fan of the lullabies that are on there, but I do like the trickling water sound that's on there. And also the one that is my favourite is the shushing sound. So there is like a really loud shh. It's instantly calming even for me. But there's like a loud, or as loud as you want it, because again you can set the volume, but there's like a really strong shushing sound, which alongside that red light, so comforting for babies. Amazing. And that's all inbuilt into the camera itself. You don't need to get any extras, it's all in there. This is what I mean, it's very clever. One of the main features, obviously it's literally features on the box there, the pan and tilt, is you can move the camera around remotely via the baby monitor. So you can zoom in, zoom out. You can also literally mechanically move it left and right, up and down, and get it to the exact position that you want, and change that whenever you want to as well. There is also a mechanical privacy mode where the camera itself, when you're not using it, you can like make it turn into itself basically, so it physically cannot see anything through the camera. I know a lot of them have like a digital privacy mode, but this is like a physical privacy mode, so nothing can be seen through the camera when that is on, just for a bit of extra peace of mind if that's something that concerns you. And another really great feature is that you can use it with the monitor, or you can use it with an app on your phone, which is completely free. You don't have to like pay a subscription for it or anything. There's no added extras with it, but I really like that because it means that often Chris will check in on the app when he's at work having a break and he knows that it's nap time and stuff. He'll like check in and just have a look at him from where you can do it wherever you are in the world. So that's actually really, really great. And you can also control it from the app as well, not just monitor. So super handy. So maybe if like you've left your monitor downstairs and you have to nip up to the loo and you're just wondering what's going on, you can just quickly bring it up on your phone. Very, very clever, and also nice that you don't have to pay any extra subscriptions with that, because a lot of the time with these things there's loads of hidden extra costs, but there isn't, and it's really easy. Installation. So I'm not gonna lie, I hate reading instruction manuals, and when I opened this I was a little bit daunted by it at first because I thought I'm gonna have to read this entire blooming thing. However, when you're reading through it, it looks really complicated, and I thought, right, I need to dedicate some time to this and make sure I can get it right. But essentially, once I plugged the camera in and plugged the video monitor in and connected the monitor to our Wi-Fi, it just kind of did it all itself. So it was so easy to set up. The only thing I found a little bit trickier to set up was the app. For some reason my camera would not connect to the app. I'm saying, like, the amount of times I've had to like scan a QR code with the camera. I don't know if it was just a me problem, I don't know if it's a general thing with the VTech apps, but it took a really long time, like multiple attempts to actually connect it, but once it's been connected, it's been fine. However, the monitor and the camera part, so easy. Those are just tricks in the bin, don't need it. Even if you're a technophobe, you'll be absolutely fine. You can set this up and just get it running straight away. The only thing is you have to charge the monitor before you use it for the first time for a good, I think it said like 11, 12 hours. So I just charged that overnight and then the next day set it up and I was good to go. But yeah, I'm really impressed with it. I use it every single day. And it's a very, very clever piece of kit. So if you're looking for a baby monitor with a really clear picture, with a nice big monitor that you can take around with you, that does a connection, like a manual connection, but also a Wi-Fi connection, that also has an app, that also has a nightlight, that also has all of these soothing sounds that go with it, also that you can tilt and pan and move remotely. This is your monitor. It's very, very good. So I will leave all the details that you need down below if you think, yeah, do you know what, this could be what we're looking for. I recommend it. I like it. I think it's great. So hopefully this has been helpful. I know how overwhelming it can be when you're trying to figure out the big purchases, you know, the stuff that you know you're going to be using all the time, every day, but it's not cheap. At the end of the day, is that you got to make sure you're investing in the one that's right for you. I feel like I'm a pro with this camera now, so if you've got any questions, leave them in the comment section and I'll do my best. Obviously I don't work for VTech, I'm not technical support, but I use it all the time. So I can probably help you out a little bit if you've got any questions on that. And yeah, let me know if this has been helpful in any way, shape or form. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you again soon. Bye!